Hey, I'm Henry, and I'm in the mood to talk about Nintendo. I know I rarely do it. If you couldn't tell, I have the most affinity and feelings towards Nintendo out of the big three game companies because it's my favorite. That's about it. And recently, Nintendo held their E3 2021 presentation, and that's the only reaction I can give because it is my favorite direct that we have had in ages. It is so good. Obviously, I can't remember every little detail, and not everything is super interesting to me personally, but today, I'm just going to go over what I thought was really cool and really interesting and that I really liked. Also, there is going to be no chronological order because reasons? So starting things out, I want to talk about Life is Strange coming to Switch. This was a little bit of a shock. I saw the trailer and at first I was like, oh, I have no clue what this is. Maybe some indie game that could be kind of cool. Then, oh wait, it's Life is Strange. Personally, I've never played Life is Strange, but I've always been really interested in getting into it because I've always heard great things about it. And also the game looks amazing. So it coming to Switch is just giving me that extra push to go on and play it for once. So Life is Strange, that was a good announcement. But you know what got me even more hyped? Metroid. Literally, going into this, I was jokingly saying that I wanted Metroid Prime 4 news, or Metroid news in general. I didn't expect it to happen. That was the joke to myself, that they weren't gonna say stuff about Metroid, but they did. For context, it is important to know that Metroid is my favorite NES game and Super Metroid is my favorite SNES game. And now I'm very excited because Metroid Dread, the 5th Metroid game that's 2D style, is coming out this October, and it's so cool. It's cool because it's another 2D Metroid, and it's also cool because it's Metroid Dread, the canceled, sorta dead Metroid game that has now been apparently revived as a project. If you don't remember, in, I believe, Metroid Other M or Metroid Prime 3, I want to say, it's one of those two, I don't exactly remember, there was a secret message that you could find that said Project Dread is underway. And it was later confirmed that that message was actually correlating to another 2D Metroid game that was going to be for the Nintendo DS. Unfortunately, that project was canceled and I just assumed, well, that's it, yeah. But no, apparently it was revived and it's back. And it looks amazing. I really like the new suit design for Samus, and the enemies look very interesting. I have to agree though with one post, they do look like the wheel from WALL-E. Metroid though was definitely the highlight of this direct for me. I didn't expect it going in, and I'm a huge fan of it. It's a 10 out of 10 announcement and made the direct just so amazing on its own, but there was more. Mario and Rabbids, Sparks of Hope, Sparks of Joy, Sparks of something. The space one. Okay. This was one of those announcements that really didn't do much for me. I never played the first Mario and Rabbids game, so I never really got into it. So I don't have much to say about this. It's cool that it's another crossover between Mario and Rabbids, but do I really care? No. Something I do care about though, Advance Wars. That is cool. The first 2 Advance Wars games are getting fully remade from the ground up apparently. And I like that. I am very excited. I've never really been able to get into Advance Wars, but maybe this will be able to change that because these games look very good. I like the look of them, and I like the art style that they're going with. It looks very blocky, but like it was designed to be that way. I just like the look of it, okay? Also, orange is a great color. Orange is a wonderful color. This one was a big one. WarioWare got announced. A new Wario game. That was unexpected, to say the least. Really, I can say that for a lot of this Direct's announcements, but let's just stick to this. WarioWare Get It Together. I just like the title a lot. I played a few WarioWare games a bit. They're fun and great, and I'm excited to actually play this one maybe. It looks like a very fun and quality game. And the fact that it's two-player, I'm very interested to see if only a select amount of the micro games will be two-player, or if all of them are designed to be both one and two-player at the same time. I also had a thought during the announcement. It showed a micro game where one player and another player were trying to pull the string on one of those party popper things. My question is, one player did it before the other, so I wonder if it's going to be kind of a race thing, and whoever does the most micro games first wins. That would be pretty interesting and pretty cool to see. But now we have to get into the big stuff. Not for me personally, that was Metroid for me, but Zelda. Zelda got 3 big things happening. One of them is Skyward Sword, so we don't really care. I'm sorry, I just can't care about Skyward Sword HD. It's a $60 Wii game port. Fine. What really irks me is that in Super Mario 3D All-Stars, there was a Wii game from about the same time, Mario Galaxy, which in my opinion is a better game. And if you take it at the package that it was in, 3 games for $60, that's $20 for that Wii game, and $60 for this one. That doesn't seem right. Really, at most, I think it should be about $40, because they did have to rework the controls a lot. I can see Mario Galaxy being touch-based and just button controls a lot easier than I can see Skyward Sword, but still, $40 is like the max it should be. It should not be $60. One thing I get really confused, though, is why they hype it up so much. Like, they keep going back and hyping up, like, saying why they call it The Legend of Zelda. It's a game that's already out. We already know. I just don't get it, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. Now, I'll tell you something I am a big fan of, Game & Watch. That Zelda Game & Watch looks awesome. 3 games on it, plus the clock, plus a stopwatch. That's pretty cool, because the Mario one didn't have that stopwatch feature. It only had 2 games plus the Game & Watch variant, which, mind you, this Zelda one has 3 Zelda games and the Game & Watch variant. First off, this is a much better deal than the Mario one. Zelda games are way bigger, and there's 3 of them. A Mario platformer you can beat in like an afternoon or something. The Zeldas, those will take you a minute. Personally, what sells me on this whole Game & Watch unit is Link's Awakening. I haven't played Link's Awakening, I haven't played the remake of Link's Awakening. It would be a whole new experience, and that's pretty cool. I can play The Legend of Zelda right now, and I can play Zelda 2 Link's Adventure right now. They're not really driving me. It's Link's Awakening. Although I will say, I'm a little confused as to why it's Link's Awakening and not Link's Awakening DX. It's not a big deal, really, but it's a little odd and interesting that they would choose the Game Boy variant rather than the variant that actually had, color. Again, not a huge deal. I don't think it really is a deal breaker. You're still getting 3 really big, really nice games, plus a Game & Watch game, plus a clock, plus a stopwatch. I mean, it's a decent deal. But the big one, the biggest one, Breath of the Wild 2. Breath of the Wild 2 got announced, I believe, 2019, and it's been so long. I just don't know how they haven't had any news about it really since then. But what's really great is that there's news now and that we know it's coming in 2022. But the thing is, my expectations are really high for this game. It's using the same engine and the same graphics and everything, but it's taking just as long as the first game took, so it's clearly gonna have some way cooler new ideas that I hope integrate with that arm thing that Link has. Also, I really like the Skies of Hyrule being in there. There are just some amazingly beautiful scenes in that. Overall, that trailer didn't do a lot, but it did enough to satisfy me and to let me know, oh, they're working on it. There's actually things happening. And that kind of rings true for a lot of this Direct. My biggest worry with Nintendo in 2021 is that we knew nothing for the future. Think about it. Like, what did we know was coming? Remakes and re-releases. Big whoop. People don't just want remakes and re-releases, they want new experiences, and that's what this Direct did. It confirmed a plethora of new experiences are coming to the Switch. There's all these new things that we know are coming that really just help quell a few fears I had with the future of Nintendo in 2021, which, that's definitely a good thing. I've probably forgotten about a few things from this Direct, and I'll stop recording, I'll remember them, and I'll kick myself. But that's just how it is. Until next time. See ya.